Well, I wanted to take some time to put a quick video out for people that have thought about real estate investing in the past, specifically rehabbing. But when they got to the properties, maybe they saw a few and they noticed that the properties were in deplorable condition, right? So a lot of people will get scared off even before they get started. So the point of the video is to kind of talk to you about thinking like holistically detailed, right? But don't overthink it. Because again, most people get scared before they even get started. They never get their wheels turning. So this video shows you Project Tandem. It's our newest acquisition, and it shows you how quickly we can go in under 10 minutes and we can assess the condition of the property, right? From roofing, structure, plumbing, mechanical, and put together budgets, right? And walk out of the property in under 10 minutes and know what our budget is. Again, we have a tight but healthy budget to make sure we put out a quality product. And Project Tandem was a great example because it does need work, but structurally it's fine, it's sound, right? As far as the main component like plumbing is great. And it's very easy to see what's going on, right, with this property and how we can determine what needs to be replaced and what needs to be done to it. So I thought it was important too because for 10 years I thought about rehabbing and I was in that boat. I was in that cycle where I didn't know anything about budgets. I was so scared. These houses look so scary to me. And for 10 years I did nothing. So about 3 years ago we finally said, you know, go for broke, hit or miss, right? And thankfully that property we hit, right? So after that, it kept getting easier and easier. I kept getting better, smarter. We kept getting more experienced. With every one you learn more. But after the third one, I would say you'd probably be pretty close to being a pro, right? There's always stuff that creeps up on you that you've never seen before. But for the most part, you're gonna have a successful project, right? After your third and fourth one, you're pretty much almost a pro. So tune in. I hope this helps people that want to invest in real estate, and I'm open to any questions. I know it's just a brief overview, so if you need more details, we'll put out more content, hopefully addressing some of those concerns that I had as a newer investor. And if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. You know how to find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, also on LinkedIn, so give me a shout.
And so one of the main things that we're going to look for, or that we looked for when we bought this property, is we were looking for any structural issues, mainly looking for any large cracks on the exterior of the brick. You can see this is a very, very clean house as far as the brick goes. We'll go around to the other side, kind of take a peek there. So brick, at least on the outside, is pretty solid. We'll go in and take a look on the inside. Now we're in the inside of the house. There's no electricity here, so kind of hard to see. But what I'm looking for here are any cracks around the doorways or windows. And I'm talking about big cracks. I mean, small cracks. Normally you're going to see those in older houses. That's just a lot of times a normal part of settling, but we're looking for any big gaps, any large cracks. So far so good. I don't see anything that's going to be appalling. So in my opinion, we are pretty much clear. I think we have a pretty solid foundation on this one. The thing we're doing is assessing just the general cosmetic of the home. Like, we already know, I mean, this is probably functioning in livable condition, but I mean, all this stuff has to go. I mean, it's old. You can see here that at some point they ripped out the flooring. So, got to change out that flooring. And here's the other bath, same thing here. That's all outdated, and again, no flooring. And so it's just a kind of a give, you know, it's kind of a given that we're going to have to always come in and do a full general remodel on the inside. And here we have the kitchen. Of course, the tops have to go. Actually, these cabinets, rarely do I try to salvage cabinets, but these are pretty solid. I mean, they're actual wood, so we're going to see what we're going to do with that. I think we might be able to keep those, just spruce them up a little bit. And of course, dishwasher, we're missing a range, so we're going to have to buy that. We'll briefly assess the windows. And these windows are functioning, right? But I think our goal is to get the highest amount of return on our properties, and we want to give it the most appeal. So brand new windows work wonders for houses. So someone else might try to skimp out and keep these old ugly windows with these burglar bars on the outside. That's not something that we're going to do. So we got our budget ready for brand new windows. We're going to remove those burglar bars. I would tell you windows are generally something that may come and bite you in your butt at the end of the project, because once you're done, your house just does not have the appeal in that look that you want, and it's not going to stand out to buyers. So new windows, energy efficient windows, that's something that you can use in your marketing tools, and it's going to sound so appealing to someone who is searching for a new home.
What we're doing is we're just taking a look from the ground on that roof. I mean, I can already see just from down here there's a lot of wear and tear, and that's an ugly brown roof. So I would probably change this anyway, even if it was in good condition, but I can already see the missing shingles. This roof, in my estimation, is probably about 20 years old, so there's going to be some hail damage, wind damage, and more than likely it's not going to be insurable. So just by looking at this, we're going to have to do a roof replacement. I would say 9 times out of 10 we're replacing the roof on all the homes we buy.
If there's running water, we'll also assess the plumbing. I'm gonna flush the toilets, see what kind of water pressure we're dealing with. That looks fine. Run the water there and make sure everything's functioning okay. I don't see any concerns there.
What we need to do is find out what kind of sewer line we have. I'm back outside. I found one of the cleanouts. It's PVC. And this house was built in the early 80s, so by that point most homes already had PVC plumbing. So at this point we're going to make a judgment call that this has a PVC sewer line.
As the HVAC, so just by looking at this, I don't have to be an expert, I don't have to be an HVAC technician. It's not going to cut it. So I'm guessing this is probably, I can tell by the date on the tag, but I'm assuming this is going to be about 20 years old, and the small unit is not even adequate for this home, so you're going to have to bank on changing that unit out.
Last but not least, we're in the garage. So we've already assessed the water heater. You know, there's some things that are not up to code. You can see it sitting on those blocks. And if this thing leaked, there's really nowhere for it to drain. So we got a few $100s here in just repairs. I think that water heater is still salvageable. It's still functioning. We tested the hot water. We've seen some that are leaking really bad, so those have to be changed out. But overall, even if we did have to change this, it's not a huge cost. Water heaters are probably about $500, right? Not including the install. So this is not a big deal, right? We'll bring this back up to code. And with the semi-newer homes, I love these homes because most of the electrical is really intact. Like, this is our breaker box. We're not gonna get really detailed and pull this panel off. I can see this is a square D electrical box. This is a good brand. Normally what we're looking for in these houses is to make sure that see if the electrical's functioning, which we do have a light on in here. We're probably missing some bulbs around here, but in the rest of the house. But we're also looking to make sure that the box is not a fire hazard. So there's some boxes that were used in the 50s and 60s, and maybe some newer boxes that have been labeled as fire hazards. So that's going to be called out in the buyer's inspection, right? So we need to know up front whether or not we're going to have to change the electrical box. This is not a box that's considered a fire hazard to our knowledge. So Square D, again, is also a great brand. So we're pretty content with the electrical and our hot water heater.